Hello, and a warm welcome to our show, Love Athletics. In this program, we bring you the latest highlight from our sport with expert input from different continental areas. Now, the last fortnight has been packed with action. The Diamond League started in China. Grand Slam track held their second meet in Miami. And the hurdles were stealing the show in stadium events. There were also great road race performances at the London Marathon and in Herzogenaurach. All this produced two women-only world records on the roads and a men's world best on the track, plus lots of area records and great performances. So let's check it all out. Diamond League took off with the two meetings in China. The first one on 26 April in Xiamen, the latest addition to the series. The stadium was full and spectators were treated to 4 world leads, an area record, and a world best. So it seems Norwegian stars are setting a habit of breaking world records on their season debut. Remember Jakob Ingebrigtsen in February in Lieven, where he broke not 1 but 2 world records? Well, his compatriot Karsten Warholm performed a similar feat in Xiamen in the 300 hurdles. Yes, it's a rarely contested event, but one which World Athletics has announced will soon become an official world record distance. Warholm, the triple world champion and world record holder on the classic 400 hurdles, also held the world lead over the shorter distances, and he lit up the track on the last event of the evening, lowering his own world best from 33.26 to 33.05, a performance that is worth a result score of 1,291 points. What a great way to start off the year. So here is what Karsten had to say after the race.
See you again. How are you?
Hi, Karsten.
Maybe. Yes. I'll do like this.
Like this. Show the logo. Okay.
Run, yeah.
Yeah, run, yeah. So you can, ma'am will ask you some questions.
Yeah.
But I will, yeah.
So that was a pretty cool start to your outdoor season.
Thank you.
Well, to your year, in fact.
Yes, it was. I think I was very excited for 300 hurdles. It's been one event that I've been hoping to have in the Diamond League for quite a while, and now it's here. I wanted to start with a great result, and I think I did. So I'm very happy, and I had a lot of fun here tonight.
Yeah, because it was also a pretty big improvement on your previous record.
Yes, I think it was, and it just shows all the great work that me and my coach have been doing in the winter time as well. So I'm very proud of this result, and I'm very happy that this is the result I could get the first time they wanted to have the 300 hurdles in Diamond League, and hopefully people thought it was exciting and want to see more of it. So yeah. I think it's good. Happy?
Oh, good.
Good.
In the other men's events, there were several upsets. In the 110 hurdles, another triple world champion, Grant Holloway, in lane 6 was clearly in the lead before hitting the 8th hurdle and then fading badly, jogging to the finish line last. As Cordell Tinch, unperturbed in lane 2, closed in a world lead of 13.06, ahead of Japan's Rashid Muratake with 13.14. In the 3,000-meter steeplechase, young Ethiopian Samuel Fireo, the 2022 World Under-20 silver medalist, defeated the double Olympic and world champion Soufiane El Bakali by over 1 second, 8:05.61 to 8:06.66, another world lead. Among the women, the best came from 2 great Kenyan runners. Middle distance megastar Faith Kipyegon was aiming to beat the long-standing 1,000-meter world record held by Russia's Svetlana Masterkova since 1996. Kipyegon came very close, but couldn't quite make it, and her third attempt to best Masterkova's performance ended with same as the previous two in 2020. Not far, but still behind the Russian. Her mark of 2:29.21 is the third best mark of all time, behind the double 800, 1500 meter 1996 Olympic champion and her own PB of 2020. Here is what Kipyegon had to say after the race.
Today's performance.
Well, it was good start of the season. I was hoping to run my personal best, which was so close to world record, but I don't know. It is what it is, and I've started my season in a good way, and I hope to stay this way. I hope to stay healthy towards a beautiful 2025.
And you have this great project of running the mile in 4 minutes or less.
Yeah, that is the news going on, and I hope to do what a woman have never done before. And we will see going forward, but at the moment I just want to just enjoy the opening of the season and just, focus myself towards what is ahead of me.
But always looking good to break barriers in any case, huh?
Yeah, I hope to stay healthy and just focus myself towards, many things we have. The World Championship coming up. And that's my main focus, and the main focus is the project. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well behind the triple Olympic 1500 meter champion, Australia's Abby Caldwell set an Oceania record of 2:32.94, improving the previous best set by compatriot Georgia Griffith in early March. In the 5,000 meter, double Olympic champion Beatrice Chebet stayed with the pack until the last 200 meters, then unleashed a devastating kick, leaving 6 Ethiopians, including world record holder Gudaf Segai and multiple world under-20 record holder Birke Hailom, in her wake to win in 14:27.12 to 14:28.18 for Segai. With 8 women timed below 14:34, it was a race of unprecedented depth. In the field events, the best came from Mondo Duplantis, who cleared 5 meters 92 in the pole vault, and 2 throwers. Multiple European champion Jessica Schilder won the shot put with 20 meters 47, which was then the best outdoor result of the year, edging out double world champion Chase Jackson with 20:31, while double Olympic discus champion Valerie Allman, fresh from her spectacular 73 meters 52 in Ramona 2 weeks earlier, prevailed over another high-quality field with 68 meters 95. A week later in Shanghai Kechao, the Yangtze Delta Diamond Gala was held. There were 6 meet records and 3 world leads, and the latter were all set by athletes doubling up on their Xiamen success. The first world lead came from high hurdler Cordell Tinch, who destroyed his PB to win in 12.87, a mark which takes him to number 4 in the all-time lists, equal number 4. The versatile Tinch, who has PBs of 2 meters 21 and 8 meters 16 in the high jump and long jump respectively, had taken a complete break of more than 2 years from the sport, during which he had a full-time job selling mobile phones and no expectations to return to training or competitions. But in January 2023, he was back in college, back on the track team, and that summer he had qualified for the World Championships in August. After his breakthrough in Kechao, Tinch highlighted how he is still learning to be a pro after his first full professional season in 2024. Now, Mondo Duplantis is only 8 months older than Tinch, but has been a pro for many years and has dominated the pole vault from an early age. In Köchow, the Swede soared to 6 meters 11, a world lead, meet record, and his third best mark of 2025, then made 3 unsuccessful attempts at the new world record height of 6:28. Greece's Manolo Karalis, who had needed stitches after a fall in Xiamen, showed that he had fully recovered to clear 6 meters 01, his highest ever outdoors, and his 5th result at 6 meters or more this year. And Karsten Warholm, who also set a world lead of 47:28 in the 400-meter hurdles. But while in Xiamen, he had been very pleased with his race. In Köchow, he lamented a messy race, not good on the rhythm, where he had hit several hurdles. Other top results among the men was a high-level 5,000-meter race, won by Ethiopia's Olympic 10,000-meter silver medalist Berihu Aregawi in 12:50.45, as 5 athletes achieved the standard for the World Championships in Tokyo. Among the women, the best results came from the throws, both by U.S. athletes. Valerie Allman achieved an excellent 70 meters 08 in the discus, especially since there was hardly any wind, and she also had 2 other throws over 68 meters. In the shot put, Chase Jackson, sporting a red dragon on her cheek and forehead, bounced back from second place in Xiamen to win with 20 meters 54, putting together an excellent series with 2 other throws of 20:49 and one of 19 meters 90, which would all have won her the competition. In the World Athletics scoring system, the Shanghai Köchow meet of 2025 totaled 83,089 points, making it the best ever Chinese Diamond League meet. Now, at the same time as Köchow, the second leg of the Grand Slam track series was taking place in Miramar, Miami, from 2 to 4 May. And as in the China Diamond Leagues, the top result there came in the short hurdles, where Olympic champion Masai Russell ran a fantastic 12.17, second only to Nigerian Toby Amusan's 20.12 world record. It was, of course, an area record for North America, Central America, and Caribbean, and the ladies were quite lucky that the wind was just within the allowed limit of 2 meters per second. Close behind Russell, 2018 World Under-20 champion Tia Jones was also extremely fast in 12.19 and moves to number 3 in the all-time list. Jamaica's Akira Nugent was third in 12.34, but she won the 100-meter in a fast 11.09 to be crowned a short hurdles slam champion. In the long hurdles, there was no doubt as to who would be the winner. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone again dominated her event in a world lead of 52.07, and she also won the 400 meters in an excellent 49.69, making her the 5th fastest of the year outdoors so far. Now, McLaughlin-Levrone confirmed that she will compete in the short hurdles at the next GST meet in Philadelphia at the end of the month, which will be really interesting. In the same group, another athlete who never ceases to amaze me is World Championships heptathlon silver medalist Anna Hall, who placed third in the hurdles in 54.43, ahead of specialists like Shian Salmon and Shamir Little, and was then runner-up on the flat, well behind McLaughlin Livroni. Hall seems fully recovered from the surgery she underwent in January last year, and it will be very interesting to see her compete at the end of the month in Götzis in her first full heptathlon since the Olympic Games. Now, there were also great performances among the men, who the best coming from double 200-meter Olympic silver medalist Kenny Bednarek, who clocked a sizzling 9.79 in the 100 with a tailwind of 2.4, so above the legal limit, and then set a legal world lead of 19.84 in the 200 meters. The long sprints saw Jacori Patterson, the world indoor 400 meters bronze medalist, clock a world lead of 43.98, the first sub-44 mark of the year, but the slam went to Trinidad and Tobago's Jareem Richards, who was second in the longer race in 44.32, but had won a very fast 200 meters in 19.86, same time as Dominican Republic's Alexander Ogando. Patterson revealed an amazing story of how he works as a delivery driver for UPS between 10 p.m. and 4:30 a.m. before heading to training at 9 o'clock in the morning. So really amazing dedication. And his story shows the sacrifices that even top athletes make in our sport where there is little money to be earned. So the $50,000 from the second place in the long sprints slam in Miami will be a big help to fund his training. And I don't know about you, but I'm now a big fan of Jacori Patterson. The men's high hurdles were also an excellent event, though not as fast as in Shanghai Kuchao, with challenger Trey Cunningham winning his specialist event in 13 flat over Kingston Slam winner Sasha Zoya, and by also winning the 100 meters in 10.17, Cunningham secured the short hurdles slam. In the women's short sprints, 200-meter Olympic champion Gabby Thomas, who had won the longer sprints in Kingston, won the 200 meters as expected in an excellent 21.95, but was fourth in the shorter distance, allowing Melissa Jefferson, winner in a windy 10.75, to win the combined slam. The women's long distance races saw wins over 5,000 meters by Kenya's Agnes Jebet Ngetich in 14:25.80, and in the 3,000 meters by Ethiopia's Hirut Meshesha in 8:22.72. With Ngetich crowned a slam champion for that group after finishing third in the shorter distance. And here we really need to applaud Ngetich, who only 6 days before racing in Miami had run a fabulous 10K road race across the ocean in Germany, which we will talk about later. So the women, particularly Ngetich, really put to shame their male counterparts, who once again ran very slow tactical races. So a total of 5 athletes won both their events in Miami, with the top result coming from short sprints slam champion Kenny Bednarek, who repeated his 100-meter, 200-meter double from the first meet in Kingston. 4 other athletes also achieved this feat in the long hurdles. Sydney McLaughlin Livroni and Alison Dos Santos were dominant, with McLaughlin Levroni, as we saw, posting high-quality marks not only on the hurdles, but also on the 400 flat. The other two winners of both events were high hurdlers Trey Cunningham, who, as we saw, also won the 100 in 10.17, while Dominican Republic's Olympic champion Marilady Paulino not only avenged her unexpected Kingston defeat in the 400 meters, but also won the 200 in a fast 22.30, a national record, which puts her sixth on the 225 outdoor lists. So well done, Marilady. So that concludes our review of stadium events. Other competitions were held in the last fortnight, including the South American Championships in Mar del Plata, Argentina, dominated as always by Brazil, and the Arab Championships in Oran, Algeria. But we have too much to cover already this program. So we'll move now to road races, which saw some outstanding results. On 27 April, the TCS London Marathon had put together excellent fields as always, and expectations were not disappointed. In the women's race, Olympic silver medalist Tigist Assefa put on a staggering solo display, clocking 2 hours 15:50 to finish almost 3 minutes ahead of 2021 winner Jocelyn Jepkosgei, 2:18:44, and Netherlands Olympic champion Sifan Hassan, who had faded to third and finished in 2:19:00. It was a women's only world record, improving the previous best by Kenya's Peres Jepchirchir, which was 2 hours 16:16. The men's race also saw an excellent performance as Kenya's Sebastian Kimaru Sawe, the winner in Valencia last December, won in a very fast 2 hours 02:27 ahead of Uganda's Jacob Kiplimo, who made a successful debut at the distance in 2 hours 03:37. Another Kenyan, Alexander Motizo Munyao, completed the podium in 2:04:20, just ahead of the Netherlands' Abdi Nageye, credited with the same time. And the great Eliud Kipchoge, now aged 40, finished sixth in a respectable 2 hours 05:25. London also took back the record for the most participants, with 56,640 runners completing the course, and also set a new world record for the biggest annual one-day fundraising event, as over £75 million were raised for charities. So congratulations to all the runners, the elite runners, the over 56,000 who completed the marathon, and to all those who contributed to raising funds for charities. Now, a day before London, at the traditional event organized by Adidas, the Adizero Road to Records, at their headquarters in Herzogenaurach in Germany, there were also many excellent results. The best performance came in the 10K, in the women's 10K, where Kenya's Agnes Jebet Ngetich clocked 29:27, becoming the first woman to race the distance in a women-only race in under 30 minutes, breaking the women-only world record. Ngetich had already set the world record in a mixed race with her 28:46 in Valencia early last year. Well behind Ngetich, there was also a South American record by Peru's Talia Valdivia, who with 31.44 took 3 seconds off the previous mark set by Venezuela's Edimar Brea last February. The men's 10K race was won by Bahrain's Birhanu Balev, the multiple Asian champion over 5 and 10,000 meters, who set an Asian record of 26.54. And there was another area record in the men's road mile set by Kenya's Emmanuel Wanyonyi with 3:52.45. Now, I must admit that I find it difficult to get excited about performances that are worth less than 1,170 points. But Wanyonyi is a super talent, and after defeating the whole 1,500-meter Olympic podium at the Grand Slam track event in Kingston last month, he confirms his huge potential at the longer distance, and the result in Herzogenaurach moves him to number 3 in the mile road lists of all time. Now, there were more area records in road races around the world. On 3 May, at the Tokyo Speed Race event organized by ASICS, Italy's Olympic silver medalist Nadia Battocletti, recently crowned European champion over the 10K, improved the 5 kilometers European record to 14:32, placing second to Kenya's Caroline Nyaga, who had won the race in 14:19. On 22 April, at the USATF Mile Road Championships in Des Moines, Kirsten Gear clocked a NACAC record of 4:23.98, moving to number 4 in the all-time lists. So that concludes our overview of the competitions from the last 15 days. It's time to go back to the global overview of our sport and check all the best results since our last show, starting with the men. And we'll continue to add in brackets marks which are regular, which are listed on the respected website Tilastopaya, but do not appear on World Athletics list. So starting with the men, in the 100 meters, Akani Simbine still holds the world lead with 9:90, but there's a mark of 9.92 in Austin, Texas by Tate Taylor, who is still an under 20 athlete. He's born in 2007. So that's a very good performance, and also a 9.93 by Brandon Hickley in Clermont, Florida. Over the 100 meters, we mentioned Kenny Bednarek and his windy 9.79. There's also a windy 9.82 by Braden Williams, also born in 2007 in Waco, Texas. And the other 2 windy performances are by Oblique Sevilla, 9.84, and Akim Blake, 9.85 in Miramar at Grand Slam track, and also Great Britain's Zarnell Hughes with 9.87. Over 200 meters, regular performances, 19.84 by Kenny Bednarek, 19.86 by Jareem Richards, and Alexander Ogando. In the 400 meters, we mentioned Jacori Patterson and his 43.98. In Kerchow, Christopher Bailey improved his PB to 44.17. In Potchefstroom in South Africa, Zakithi Nene ran 44.22. Bayapondori had won the 400 in Xiamen in 44.25, just edging out Christopher Bailey with 44.27. That was already a PB for the American, who then improved it. Bayapondori also clocked 44.32 in Kerchow, and Jareem Richards 44.32 also in Miramar. 5,000 meters, we mentioned Berihu Aregawi's excellent 12:50.45 in Kochao. Very good race. Kuma Girma, 12:50.69. And Mesgebu Sime, 12:51.86. In the 110 hurdles, as we saw, a great 12.87 by Cordell Tinch. That's worth a cool 1,280 points. Trey Cunningham 13 flat is worth 1,255. Cordell Tinch, as we saw, had 13.06 in the first Chinese DL meet in Xiamen. Sasha Zoya 13.06 in Miramar. Freddie Crittenden third with 13.09. Rashid Muratake in Kochao 13.10. Jamal Britt also 13.10 in Miramar. And Rashid Muratake 13.14 in Xiamen. 300 hurdles, 33.05 world best for Karsten Warholm. And again, Karsten in the 400 hurdles, 47.28 world lead. Alison Dos Santos, 47.97 in Miramar. And Mateus Lima from Brazil, very good, 48.08 in Kochao behind Karsten. In the pole vault, as we already saw, 6.11 for Mondo Duplantis in Kochao, 6.01 for Emmanuel Caralis, and 5.92 for Mondo in Xiamen. In the discus, Nicolas Alekna on 3 May in Berkeley threw 71 meters 29, excellent mark for him. In the 5 kilometers road race in Herzogenaurach, a cool 12:54 for Yomif Kejelcha moves him to number 2 in the all-time list, but he already has, that's number 3, but he already has number 2 from last year. And as we saw also, Berhanu Balev, 26:54 Asian record. Gemechu Dida, 26, also 26:54. Rodrigo Quizera in Herzogenaurach. And 26:56 for Nicolas Kipkorir. In the marathon, we mentioned 2 hours 02:27 by Sebastian Sawe in London, followed by Jacob Kiplimo in 2 hours 03:46. Amos Kipruto won the Hamburg Marathon, also a very good performance, worth 1,246 points. And behind him in Hamburg, 2:04:01 for Philemon Kiplimo. Then, as we saw, same time of 2:04:20 in London for Alexander Munyao and Abdi Nageye. 2:04:30 for Eric Kiplagat Sang in Hamburg. 2:04:42 for Tamrat Tola in London. 2:05:14 for Lemi Berhanu in Prague. And 2:05:25 for Eliud Kipchoge, 2:05:36 for Elroy Gellant in Hamburg. So very good results on the road this season. Top men's performance of the year remains Nicolas Alekna's fabulous world record in the discus of 75 meters 56, which is worth 1,347 points. So let's now check the best women's marks of the last fortnight. In the 100 meters, a windy 10.75 for Melissa Jefferson in Miramar, and behind her 10.79 for Tamari Davis. In the 200 meters, Gabby Thomas ran in 21.95, second best mark of the season behind Julian Alfred's 21.88. Tamari Davis was also second in this event with 22.05, and Melissa Jefferson third in 22.15. Over the 400 meters, Marilady Paulino improved her performance this year to 49.21, and Salwa Eid Nasser ran in 49.33. In the 800 meters, 156.64 for Sige Duguma. On the 1,000, as we saw, 229.21 for Faith Kipyegon. In the 3,000 meters, Hirut Meshesha, 8:22.72, ahead of Medina Eza, 8:23.08, and Agnes Jebet-Ngetic, 8:23.14, with Sige Gebreslama in 8:24.47. And Sige, of course, is Ethiopian. 5,000 meters, Agnes Jebet-Ngetic with a very fast 14:25.80. Medina Eza again placed second in 14:25.92. Then we have Beatrice Chebet's 14:27.12 from Xiamen, where she was followed to the finish line by Gudaf Segai. 100 hurdles, a very cool 12.17 by Masai Russell and 12.19 by Tia Jones. Akara Nugent, 12.34, Kendra Harrison, 12.40, all in Miramar. And the winner in Kochau, Grace Stark, clocked 12.42. 400-meter hurdles, Sydney McLaughlin-Livroni improved her own world lead to 52.07. In the high jump, Yaroslava Mahuchik cleared 2 meters in Kochau. In the shot put, as we saw, Chase Jackson took the world lead in the shot put with 20.54. Jessica Schilder had won in Xiamen with 20.47, ahead of Chase Jackson with 20.31. And in the discus, 7:08 for Valerie Allman in Kochau, and she already had 68.95 in Xiamen. 5K road race, 14:19 for Caroline Nyaga. That's worth 1,244 points, and she moves to number 3 in the all-time list. Over 10,000 meters, we saw the women-only world record of 29:27 for Agnes Jebet-Ngetic in Herzogenaurach. In the marathon, also women-only world record by Tigist Asefa with 2 hours 15:50 in London. Vorknesh Edesa won the Hamburg Marathon in 2:17:55 ahead of Bridget Kosgei, 12:18:26. Second placed in London, Jocelyn Jeb-Kosgei, 2:18:44 ahead of Sifan Hassan, 2:19:00, and Haven Hailu Desse, 2:19:17. Then third in Hamburg, Sichala Kumeshi, 2:19:54, ahead of Shitaye Esete, 2:20:32. Top women's performance of the year remains the 73.52 by Valerie Allman in the discus in Ramona. So under 20 and under 18 athletes also registered some great performances over the past fortnight, but we will review them all next show, as this one is already a bit long. So we will head now straight to some cool athletics news. Congratulations to Bahamian high jumper Donald Thomas, whom we see here in a photo from the 2023 New York City Grand Prix. Now, as you remember from the last show, the 2007 world champion, had on 10 April cleared 2:27, coming closer to the Masters over 40 record held by Dragutin Topic. Well, on 27 April at the Jaguar Outdoor Invitational Meet in Mobile in the US, the Bahamian equaled the Serbian's record, clearing 2 meters 28. So congratulations, Donald Thomas. Another great result came at the Vancouver Marathon on 4 May, where Canadian racewalker Evan Dunphy race-walked the distance in an amazing 2 hours, 58:57. Now, Dunphy had already walked the same marathon in 2018 in 3 hours, 10:34, so he hugely improved that performance last Sunday. World Athletics has recently announced that from 2026, race-walking distances of 20K and 35K would be changed to the half marathon and the marathon. Well, Dunphy sure took a head start on that. Congratulations, Evan Dunphy. And finally, congratulations to our amazing athletes, Gabby Thomas, Sha'Carri Richardson, and Noah Lyles, who were guests at the high-profile Met Gala on Monday, 5 May, joining superstars from film industry, music, and from other sports, and proving that athletic stars are just as stylish and glamorous as anyone out there. So congratulations, Sha'Carri, Gabby, and Noah. So let's look now at upcoming events as we reach the end of our show. This weekend, the World Relays take place in Guangzhou in China. Then on 16 May, Diamond League moves to Doha. 17 and 18 May, the Pan American Race Walking Championships take place in San Borondón in Ecuador. On 18 May, the European Race Walking Championships in Podebrady in Czechia, and also the Golden Grand Prix in Tokyo, and on the roads, the Jilin City Marathon in China. 22 to 24 May, Boris Hanzekovic Memorial in Zagreb moves from its traditional date in September. 23 May, the Janusz Kusociński Memorial in Chorzów. On the 24th of May, European 10,000 meters Cup in Passé in France. 24 May, Track Fest in Los Angeles. 25 May, the Diamond League moves to Rabat. There is also the Langzhou Marathon in China. 27 to 31 May, Asian Athletics Championships take place in Gumi in Korea. On 30 May, Irena Shevchinska Memorial in Bydgoszcz. On 30 May to 1st June, the third Grand Slam track meet will take place in Philadelphia. On 30 May, also Tsatumas Street Long Jump in Kalamata. 31 May, Kip Keino Classic in Nairobi. And 31 May and 1st June, the Hypo Meeting combined events in Götzis. 31st May, Canarias Athletics Invitational in Santa Cruz de Tenerife. 31 May, also the Nikaya Meeting in Nice. 1st June, Gran Premio Internacional Madrid Marcha, Race Walking Tour Gold event. Then we have a series of World Continental Tour Silver meetings on 1st June, the Goldenes Oval in Dresden, Germany, the Hilo Javelin meeting in Offenburg, also in Germany, the Opolski Festival Soków in Opole, Poland, the Palio Città della Quercia in Rovereto, Italy, and the Trondheim Games in Bergen in Norway. 6 June, Diamond League moves to Rome with the Golden Gala. On 7 June, the Gran Premio Cantones de A Coruña de Marcha, Race Walking Tour Gold, Also, the Racers Grand Prix in Kingston. On 8 June, Internationales Sportspringfest Rehlingen in Germany. 9 June, the Fanny Blankers Kuhn Games in Hengelo. 10 June, Philotheu Women Gala in Athens. 11 and 12 June, the JBL Jump Fest and in Kosice. And on 11 to 14 June, the NCAA Division I Outdoor Championships. That's going to be interesting. 12th June, Diamond League moves to Oslo with the Bislett Games, and 3 days later to Stockholm with the Bauhaus Galan. 17 June, Paavo Nurmi Games in Turku in Finland, and 20 June, the Meeting de Paris, the Diamond League event in Paris. So we're now at the end of the program. It's been a great fortnight, and it's been a pleasure reviewing it with you on the show. So thank you all for watching, and see you in 2 weeks on Love Athletics to look together at the highlights, comments, and analysis of what's been happening in our great sport over the last fortnight. Bye. Thank you.